Today I want to introduce a concept to you, something I've been dreaming about before I was a homeowner. It's a centralized house computer. Instead of buying a vanilla network attached storage and calling it a server, I wanted to do so much more. Video surveillance server, remote desktop access, Plex, shared data pool without a network limitation, gaming, multimedia, virtual appliances, and home automation. So here's the build, and it's still evolving. Here we have the 6-core, 12-thread, water-cooled system that runs it all. I'm running 16 gigs of RAM and haven't reached full utilization. I have 2 SSD arrays capable of doing a gigabyte per second, and have in the back 2 GTX 680s that support some of the older titles. Let's bring up the lights. In the living room, we're connected to this 4K 70-inch display for TV or music. Or we can get a little more productive with a mouse and keyboard. Instead of a media box or a Roku, we have a full desktop that we can run Hulu, Netflix, Plex. I can run content like Team Coco and YouTube, of course, and some other foreign content. Now the challenge is wiring this all in. You have to run a USB cable and a video cable to each station. I pulled an extra Cat5 and Cat6 as well. Here's the other stations running off the system, connected with an HDMI 2.0 cable. And I have another one in the garage cloned on this one, but I think you get the point. Let's take a look at what it takes to set something like this up. Okay, I just have a piece of software I'm remoting in with, and it's called AnyDesk. And you're all familiar with Plex. That's just chilling there, running on the local machine. I've got a few virtual machines running in the background. One is the server 2016, a few services on that, like DHCP and DNS and VPN. Synology, I've got that virtualized sitting there. Have a few more shares on that, and then I have another machine called Downloader. I just use that for sketchy pieces of software that I want to test before I load on my machine. I want to make sure there's nothing weird running, and then there's checkpoints so we can revert back if it does come with a virus. Then let's see, let's flip over to Milestone. This is what I use for my video surveillance. I'm gonna grab another 2 cameras, probably a pair of Hikvision 4 megapixel cameras, and I'll get those set up and maybe do a video about that. So the multiple sessions and desktops, those are split up with Aster V7. It's a $50 piece of software that gets you 2 desktops out of 1 machine. But I like it because it's not just like terminal services. You can do gaming. There are some tricks, kind of. You have to run a game in borderless window mode for that to work. So some of the new ones coming from Microsoft, I don't think they have that capability. And then basically you just kind of assign hardware to each. Like I could move a mouse over here to this station, or microphone and speakers around. So that's that. I could probably do a demo on that if you guys want to know more about it. Let's see, is there any other tricks? If you have a touch screen, you need to make sure that it's on the very left-hand side of your displays when you enable it. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Oh, I got to elevate my rights just to go into here. I didn't realize that. So I'm still learning this AnyDesk piece of software. It just seems to be an alternative to TeamViewer, where I got hacked. So here's the website for Aster V7. And another benefit of having the computer outside of your office or where you game is when you get too many systems in one place. So you have 3 desktops and you're gaming in a little 12 by 12 area. It gets very hot in an hour. So I have a way of flipping on a fan in that utility room, and I can vent that out, kind of cool that off, and we're not affected by the noise or the heat in the office. Let's see, here's a synopsis of today's solar production. We can kind of look at some of the specs. CPU's a little bit high, but I don't want to go out and buy an 8 core. Memory's super high because I have that other virtual machine on. So I'm just going to shut that down. There's 3 gigs right there. And let's see. That gives you an idea of what processor I'm running, the 5930K. That's overclocked a little bit. And let's see where we at here. Anyway, I think it can go up to 3.8 gigahertz or something like that. So that's all for now. I'll do another video following up on some of the software, and that's it for now. Let me know what you think